We're still early in the NBA season on ESPN. The Nets come in with one of the better defenses you'll see around the league. They're not going to let any team get many easy trips to the hoop. They will be challenged in this game versus the Spurs, who come in hoping they can find their three-point shot, which has been missing in action for quite a while. They may take a few early on, but if they miss them, I wouldn't be surprised if they abandon the long ball altogether. And with that, let's send it to Bob Steele and Rod West out in New Jersey.
Kick your feet back and get ready for some NBA action here at the Continental Airlines Arena in New Jersey. I'm Bob Steele, and with me as usual is Rod West. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. Who do you think's going to put on a show?
Tim Duncan averages over 25 points a game, Bob, so I'd be looking for him to do some damage out there.
Okay, Rod, now let's head to center court for the player introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention courtside for the player introductions. For the San Antonio Spurs. At center, David Robinson. At forward, Danny Ferry. At guard, Steve Smith. Also at guard, Tony Parker. Also at forward, Tim Duncan. And now it's time to be starting line for the New Jersey Nets. At center, from Georgetown, 7'2", number 55, Nintendo GameCube. At forward, from Cincinnati, 6'9", number 6, Daniel Spurs. Also at forward, out of Long Beach State, 6'5", number 12, Lucius Harris. At guard, out of Villanova, 6'5", number 30, Terry Kittle. Also at guard, from California, 6'4", number 5, Jason Kidd.
The Nets get the opening tip. 13 double, 305. Top of the key. Passes. Goes with the crossover. Puts it up. Off the left rim and out by Kidd. Smith passes it.
Kidd misses it, but you had a pretty even matchup out there. That could have gone either way.
Passes it. Ferry unloads 10 feet out. Puts too much on it.
Ferry must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
Launches from beyond the arc.
Terry
Brings the first bucket of the game.
Kittle comes clean right off that pick, and it was pretty simple after that.
Offense just doesn't get any more basic than that, but it works. Duncan with the inbound. Just over 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Passes. Passes it. Launches from beyond the arc. Gets the front rim.
Good rebound on the inside.
Jay was off the mark by Duncan. Mutombo corrals the defensive board. Just under 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Grabbed by Martin. Bounce pass. It's rejected.
Ferry rotates over and then lunges for the block.
What an individual effort to deny the shot. Kittle didn't keep his eye on the line, and he turns it over.
You know, they've got those lines painted there for a reason. A good player knows exactly where he is at all time and does not slip out of bounds like that.
Robinson dishes it off.
Turn 4-5.
Into the low post.
Flare.
They work it in. They push it inside. 7 seconds to shoot. Shoots from the top of the key. Off the mark. Releases. He gets the first of 2. He's off on the second. Kidd with the ball. Just over 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Takes a turnaround Jay. Gets the kind bounce off the back rim.
The height difference was the key here on this jumper.
Yeah, a height difference like this really makes a big impact at this level. Robinson throws it in. Nabbed by Smith. Passes. Duncan fired from the post. Gets right iron. No good.
That's how you fight for the offensive rebound.
The trifecta was missed by Parker. Kidd corrals the defensive glass.
Parker is a good shooter from long distance, but the defender met the challenge on that one.
Pass back. Seven on the shot clock. Shoots. Gets back iron and out.
Kidd has a decent mid-range jumper, so that's a good shot even though it didn't fall for him.
Robinson takes the quick shot. It's blocked.
You've got to love the rejection right there. That's how you play the game. Makes this old coach proud.
Nice laying off the glass by Mutombo. The Spurs bring it up. They haven't hit a shot from the floor. Passes it. Loose ball. Just under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Passes. 7 seconds to shoot. In low. Duncan unloads from 10 feet out. Doesn't get it all the way there.
Woo, just a little bit too much contact on that one, Bob. You've got to be more in control when you're going strong to the ball like that. Too easy of a call for the ref.
He can't get the first. Harris will come off the floor. Ferry will head to the bench. Mutombo inbounds the ball. The Nets have the ball. They're 3 out of their last 6 from the floor. Martin has position down low. In the paint. Now right side. 7 on the shot clock. They're inside. Releases from the stripe. Hauls it in by Duncan. Nice rebound by the 6-year man out of Wake Forest. Parker passes the ball. They work it in. Parker takes a shot from the elbow. Gets the front rim.
Oh, Bobby, you've got to like the way he ripped that one down.
56 seconds here in the first quarter. Passes it. Elevates. Goes glass on the lay-in. Bowen with the inbound. The Spurs are at the controls. They haven't hit a shot from the arc. Passes. Smith takes a wide open shot. Can't get it. Robinson releases from close range. Doesn't get it all the way there.
Duncan is going with the dunk all the way. No hesitation. The Nets
can extend their lead this trip down. They'd love to do that. Kidd makes the pass. Mutombo takes a turnaround Jay. Can't sink the well-defended shot.
Mutombo was out of his league on that play. There is no reason for him to take a shot like that, especially when the defense is ready for it.
The jumper was buried by Smith. Kidd is at the controls. He's shooting 25% from the floor. Shoots. Doesn't get the tough shot. There's the horn, and at the end of one, it's 9-8.
The Nets
Have the lead after one period, Ron. What's been the key stat as far as you're concerned?
Assists, Bob. They're really showing what a good passing team they are. They're clicking together offensively and have the advantage on the scoreboard. An unselfish team is always at an advantage.
Owen throws it in. Passes it. They push it inside. Passes back outside. Robinson goes with the fadeaway. Gets the front rim.
Robinson should think twice before he takes that shot. And if he still wants to shoot it, he should think a third time and a fourth time. That's not his game.
Kidd works it up court. He's 1 of 5 from the floor. Soft rim on that strong shot made by Mutombo.
He's normally not very good on the inside, but the D gave him the tiny opening he needed, and he made the shot.
The Spurs work it up court. They're shooting 21% from the floor. Passes. In low, in the paint. Passes outside. Duncan gets it right back after the block. The J was missed by Duncan. Kidd with the rock. Bounce pass. ISO. Received by Kidd. Kidd launches from beyond the arc.
Kidd.
The Spurs can trim this lead down and bring it close with the bucket here. Robinson passes. 7 on the shot clock. Duncan puts it up from 11. Gets the far iron, but it goes in.
Duncan acts like he's going to drive it after making a drop step, but then he stops on a dime and pulls up for the sweet check.
Rod, that's so impressive when a player can change his momentum that quickly and still drain the jumper.
Hey, you never know when you're going to have to switch gears. The good players are always ready to put up the rock.
Martin inbounds the ball. Kidd has the rock. He's 2 out of his last 6 from the floor. Passes it. Passes. 7 seconds to shoot. It's deflected. Stolen.
Didn't fool him with that pump fake. Nice concentration.
Passes it. Gets stopped by Kidd. Ball. Uses the crossover. 7 on the shot clock. Parker passes it. The pass is intercepted. Mutombo heads up court. He has 6 points from the paint. Low block. The off-the-glass lay-in was cashed in by Armstrong. The Spurs head into the front court. They haven't hit a shot from the arc. Pass low post. Robinson puts it up inside. No way.
Robinson can't believe he blew that one, and neither can I. No excuse at the finish when you're that close. The Nets
could add to their lead with a bucket this trip down. Got it. Roll it. 7 seconds to shoot. Right wing pass. Wing shot is missed by Kittles. The defensive rebound by Robinson.
That's a nice heads-up play on D. The Spurs
have it. They're 0 out of their last 2 from the arc. Passes. They're inside. Robinson shoots. The defensive rebound by Mutombo.
We've got ourselves a tight matchup brewing here on the inside. I thought the shot would materialize, but the D had just enough to stop it.
Kidd dishes it off. Takes the turnaround J. Can't sink the well-defended shot. Robinson has it. Goes with the crossover. Puts up the shot. NBA basketball so quick, Rod. We got to see that again.
This is a textbook crossover, Bob. Check it out.
Boy, straight passes, man, and he lays it in for 2. Pretty move. Armstrong with the inbound. The Nets bring it up, shooting 53% from the floor. Passes it. 7 on the shot clock. Kidd picks up his 5th point of the quarter. He has a total of 7.
Kidd used that crossover to mesmerize his defender, and at that point, it was over.
45 seconds here in the second quarter. Pass caught by Bowen. Duncan fades away inside. He can't answer back.
Duncan has to score in that situation. When you're that much better than the defender that's guarding you, you have to take advantage. The Nets
Have it go out of bounds and turn it over. Mutombo will leave the floor.
He stepped out of bounds, and now they're going to have to give up possession. You have to know where you are on the court at all times.
Bowen passes the ball. Launches from beyond the arc. Bounces off the left rim and out.
Parker comes away empty, but he was playing pretty well on that. I'm not surprised he missed it.
Pass to the paint. Gets airborne. Couldn't buy a basket that trip down. We've reached halftime with the score 18-12. It's time to relax, fans, while Clark gives us a recap of all the action in the first half.
Welcome to the ESPN Halftime Update. Let's review what went on in the first two quarters. The Nets have done a great job of taking and hitting higher percentage shots, but surprisingly, this game is still close. Expect a real dogfight out there in the second half. Kenyon Martin, in the first half, has a total of 0 points and 2 blocks. A clear choice for our Sega Sports hot at the half player. That's our halftime report. Make sure to tune in to the ESPN post-game show at the conclusion of the game. Let's send it back to Bob and Rod.
Substitution for the Nets.
Robinson throws it in. Passes. Line it up. 7 seconds to shoot. Takes a wide open shot. Maybe next time.
9 times out of 10, that's 2 points, Bob.
Yeah, the defense got bailed out. A huge break there. Kidd has it. He's 3 out of his last 6 from the floor. Launches from beyond the arc. Hauls it in by Duncan.
That's a pretty tough matchup. Even if they keep applying steady defensive pressure just like that, they're going to have themselves a workout tonight.
Book that last layup by Robinson.
The Nets
would love to extend their lead this trip down. Bounce inside. Martin takes a shot from about 6. The defensive rebound by Duncan.
Martin is about as average as they come on the inside, so he's really at a disadvantage if a defender makes a good play on the ball.
The Nets are at the controls. They're 2 out of their last 2 from the arc. Off by Armstrong. Kickback. 7 on the shot clock. Parker has the ball. He's 0 out of his last 2 from the arc. Passes it. They work it in. They push it inside. Kicks it out. Smith has the ball. 7 seconds to shoot. Gets cut off by Mutombo. Smith lets it go from the wing. Doesn't get it all the way there.
The D has been struggling to contain it, but they catch a break on that play.
Kidd is at the controls. He's shooting 42% from the floor. Kidd is hacked and will go to the line for a couple.
Can't have that kind of contact going up for the shot. That will get the foul every single time.
He can't get the first.
Harris
comes back in after sitting on the bench for a while. Harris will come off the floor. Robinson inbounds the ball. The Spurs work it up court. They're shooting 26% from the floor. Parker makes the pass. Pick him up. Now in the paint. In low. In the paint. 7 on the shot clock. They're inside. Duncan shoots from the paint. The defensive rebound by Martin.
Playing defense is all about position, and Bob, he had great position. All he had to do was just get his hands in the air.
Grabbed by Martin. This fired from the top of the key by Martin. Duncan grabs the defensive board.
Bob, the D did a really nice job making sure that that shot went nowhere. So good at that.
Passes. 7 seconds to shoot. Ferry now has it. Puts it up. Tickles the twine.
Great look and a great bucket right here. Let's check that out again, Bobby.
Oh, that was a nice feed, Rod.
And no doubt about that, but it's only an assist if the guy makes the basket, and he does right here.
Mutombo with the inbound. Kidd with a bucket here. He can get his 10th point of the game. Kidd passes. Uses the crossover. Puts it up.
The D got left behind when he made that gorgeous crossover move. After that, it was his shot to make. The Spurs
Have the rock. They're 2 out of their last 6 from the floor.
Strong, 14. 305.
Out on the wing. Nabbed by Robinson. It's rejected! Mutombo got the block on that one and stopped the play cold. The alley-oop was put in by Martin.
Martin had one thing on his mind when he caught that alley-oop, and it wasn't a layup. The Spurs
Head into the front court. They haven't hit a shot from the arc. Launches from beyond the arc. Gets the front rim.
As an old coach, I love this matchup on the outside. A couple of the best duking it out, and it looks like the defense won that round.
Kidd, with a great feed, picks up his 6th assist.
That was an outstanding alley-oop pass. Not only was the positioning dead on, but the timing was just perfect. They couldn't help but jam that bad boy down.
52 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Couldn't stop the run there and a miss by Parker. Mutombo corrals the defensive board. Kidd heads up court. He's 4 of 8 from the floor. Armstrong with the ball. They work it in. Deflected. And it's loose inside. Swatted away. And it's hauled in by Smith.
That's an impossible block, Bob, but hey, he did it anyway, and that's all that counts. He had horrible position, but somehow managed to reach over, get the block, and not commit the foul. Good job.
Passes it.
He's in the NBA, Bob. He should have known better than to pass the ball with that kind of edge.
Count that last jumper by Martin.
Martin didn't like what he saw there at first, so he gives a little pump fake to get a better look.
It works like a charm here, too. And after the fake, just lines up for the J and drops it in, Rod. Parker has it. He hasn't hit a shot from the arc. Parker passes it. Gets stopped by Kidd. The steal! Got it off in time, but the buzzer beater was missed by Kidd. We're at the end of 3 with the score 27-16. The Nets are still up large after 3. What's been the important stat thus far, Rod?
3-point shooting, Bob. They're really outdueling their opponents from the arc. Skilled perimeter shooting will always help a team win, and hey, they do have the lead.
Substitution for the Nets.
Armstrong throws it in. Passes. Deflects the pass.
The Spurs
Touched it last, right before it went out of bounds. The Nets will get the ball back after it sails out of bounds. 7 on the shot clock. Harris dishes it off. Jason Kidd launches from beyond the arc. No one's home.
He's got his rebounding fundamentals down, Bobby.
He sure does, Roddy. He anticipates where the ball's going to go, boxes out, and then cleans up. Launches from beyond the arc. Drains the lightly contested shot.
Perfect from the perimeter. He's so good at those. Truly a joy to watch.
Kidd brings it up. He's 1 of 3 from the arc. Passes it. Lobbed. They push it inside. 7 seconds to shoot. Kidd takes the wide open shot. Scores his 12th point with a bucket there.
A simple but effective pump fake gets him enough room to bury the J. That's a clever move.
Especially when you're able to knock down the open jumper on a consistent basis. Duncan inbounds the ball. Parker has the ball. He's 0 out of his last 4 from the arc. Parker passes the ball. Got it away. There's the steal. Parker blocked that one and gathered it up for the nice defensive play. Parker is at the controls. He hasn't hit a shot from the floor. Received by Smith. Duncan with the rock. It's sent away. And it's loose inside.
He is such a great shot blocker. He just has that instinct, and he knows how to get a hand on the ball.
Passes. Shoots from the top of the key. Bounces off the left rim and out.
Harris misses it, but you had a pretty even matchup out there. That could have gone either way.
Inside pass. Knocked off course, and it's loose on the perimeter.
Bob, he has such great anticipation. He's easily one of the best shot blockers in the league.
Well, definitely, Rod. He lets their perimeter defenders take more risk when they know they have a big-time shot blocker backing them up like that. Passes it. 7 on the shot clock. And loads from deep, three-point range. Doesn't get it all the way there.
He just has a nose for the ball, Bob. Amazing instinct.
It's instinct and desire, Rod. He just wants the ball more than anyone else. Inside. 7 seconds to shoot. Tries the spin move. Puts up the shot. Rod, check this out on replay.
Smith isn't half bad with the spin move here.
I'll agree with that, Rod, but even if you have some good moves, you still need that jump shot in your arsenal.
It's absolutely right. If you can't hit the J in this league, you will not be around very long.
Mutombo with the inbound.
The Nets
can extend their lead this trip down. They'd love to do that. Pass caught by Martin. Rises up. Down it goes. Nice finger roll.
Timeout, Spurs.
Passes. Duncan takes a turnaround J. Gets right out there, no good. Good position and tip by Robinson.
Great second chance opportunity.
Couldn't agree more with you, Rod. Don't take any extra risks if you can help it. Kidd works it up court. He has 11 points from the floor. Kidd makes the pass. Martin now is in double figures.
Martin was making sure that there was no chance that shot was going to be blocked by stuffing it.
The Spurs have the ball. They're shooting 16% from the arc. Passes it. Rises up. Gets the lay-in.
Parker is the kind of player that drives an offense. He can influence the game with his passing skills as much as with his shooting skills.
The Nets are at the controls. They're 2 out of their last 5 from the arc. Martin has it. Off the back rim and out by Martin. Battled for that board. Harris gets the second chance bucket.
This is when you want to have the lead. Right here in the fourth quarter, where it all counts. Make the other guys start to sweat for a change.
Parker has the rock. He's 0 off his last 5 from the floor. In low. Robinson skies. Armstrong throws it in. 53 seconds here in the game. Harris passes. Caught by Harris. Uses a crossover. Puts it up. Yanks it down inside.
That shot goes out of business without too much trouble from the defense's part.
Passes. Parker has the ball. Launches from beyond the arc. Doesn't get the tough shot.
Parker was too wide open, if there is such a thing. I think he choked a little bit on that three-pointer.
Kidd heads up court. He's 5 of 13 from the floor. Passes it. Kidd launches from beyond the arc. Gets the front rim. And that'll do it. Your final score for tonight's game, 35-25. Game's over, and that's it for us. Be sure to tune into SportsCenter to catch the latest news, scores, and highlights. Check your local listings for the correct time and channel. That's on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Clark Dishman here with the ESPN postgame show. Let's get started. The Nets come away with a decisive 10-point win over the Spurs. They now move to 6-2 on the year. The Nets proved to be just too much tonight. They shot a much higher percentage, and that ended up being the key statistic. Kenyon Martin finished with a total of 10 points and 3 blocks. He's our ESPN Player of the Game. Terrific performance. Well, that will do it for now. I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see you next game.